This is a very interesting tennis shoe. It's the Asics Solution Swift FF #2. It's the second generation. This is the clay version. And in today's review, I want to talk about what I like about this shoe and what I don't like about this shoe. So guys, stay tuned for more. Hello tennis guys, and welcome to my channel. So after a couple of years I wanted to try something new. So instead of my favorite Wilson tennis shoe, I bought these just to test them out. And it once again feels like home because I was a long time user of Asics shoes. I did play several seasons with the Asics Solution Speed, but this is something, let's say, in the middle class or in the lower class of tennis shoes. It's not a premium tennis shoe, it's not a budget tennis shoe, but it's a very reasonably priced shoe that has some similarities to the more expensive Solution Speed series, but it also has some similarities to the budget-friendly series like the Gel Game or the Gel Dedicate. So I will start with the things that I like. So first of all, the weight of this shoe is just insanely low. So in this size, which is, as always for me, a European 45, US 11 or UK 10, it's 28.5 centimeters. So it's the same size I use with my Wilson Rush Pro 4.0, but it's quite uncomparable because these shoes, they weigh 400 grams in the size, and these just 330 grams. That's 70 gram difference, and guys, this is huge. So if you imagine that you play a match where you make like 3,000 steps a match, that is quite possible that you make. So 3,000 steps with 330 gram tennis shoe will put you some number of grams, kilograms, you know, a lot of kilograms per match, and you will see the number right here in the video. And when you compare it to a 70 gram heavier shoe, so you have 70 and 3,000 steps, that's 21, or that's 210 kilos difference, I believe. So let's say 210 kilos you will lift more during the match compared to these lighter shoes. So that's the big factor, and what I like about this shoe is the super ultra lightweight construction. The next thing what I like, it's the low to the ground feel. So the cushioning is not really that good with this shoe, but you get a nice low to the ground feel with this shoe. So I can feel the ground, I can feel the clay. It's really good, but in terms of comfort, these are not that comfortable, especially in the forefoot. You of course has the flight foam, so it's the, let's say, premium foam that makes the shoe so light. The foam works quite well in the back of the shoe, but in the forefoot it's quite thin. It's not that thick, it's not that cushioned, it's not that energetic, and that's something I don't quite like when I compare them to the Rush Pro O that has the cushioning in front of the shoe really massive, and really it is a completely different shoe in terms of the comfort. So the construction is quite simple. You have there some mesh, some synthetic material. There you have the protection, the P-guard for the toe. There is this trustic system to stabilize the shoe, so the torsional stability is not that bad. I actually thought that it would be a lot worse with such a lightweight shoe. What I like is that you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 holes for the laces. I always or almost always use all the holes because I like to have a very tight fit. I want to feel snug in the shoe, and that's great. The overall fit, I like the back part of the shoe. I feel really locked in. The forefoot, there's plenty of space. It's not something like super wide, but definitely it is wider compared to some of the Asics shoes, compared to the Gel Res 9, which they kind of fixed with the Gel Res 10. They made it a lot wider in the forefoot, maybe too much, but this is something I would say not narrow, not super wide. It's like optimal for my taste. So there you have the, let's say, the description and the positives, what I like. So it is a fast shoe, lightweight, very feel oriented. Now let's go to the, let's say, negatives of the shoe. So as I told you, it's lightweight. There is not too much material also inside, so the padding is quite stiff, or let's say basic inside, so I recommend you use thicker sock in this shoe to make the padding a little bit better. The tongue is not bad, but in my opinion it would be better if the tongue was like beefier and also a little bit longer and wider. The tongue for my taste is just tiny bit too small and too, let's say, basic. So that's also something I would like to change a little bit. What surprised me is that the traction with the shoe is not that good compared once again to the Rush Pro O, and the reason for that is that you don't have, let's say, a flatter outsole. You can see that this outsole is kind of more round in terms of this, so you can see that there is this angle. And what does it mean is that when you try to sprint or accelerate, there is this little bit delay before the shoe in front touches the ground, touches the clay court, and you somehow gain too much energy because the forefoot is a little bit lifted. So when you really go for the run, then there is this delay, then the shoe grabs, there is finally the contact with the ground, and then it a little bit slips because you accelerate the shoe so fast that it kind of has no time, kind of the reaction is a little bit delayed, but it is fast, and the contact point is in the moment where the acceleration is, let's say, the fastest, and that's why it a little bit slips. And also the outsole is not flat, so there is this missing part, like there is not anything that can touch the ground, but that's of course because the shoe is so lightweight. But compared to the Wilson Rush Pro O, you can see that there is at least the herringbones are here and here, so it's a more kind of connected type of outsole. It is lightweight here also, there is also some stabilizer, but the contact with the ground is faster because you are almost entirely, when you just stand on the ground, you are almost entirely in the contact with the ground in any, let's say, position. So when you just try to accelerate, the contact with the ground is faster, and you just grab the ground, you just grab the the surface, and you don't slip as much as with the lighter Asics Solution Swift 2, and it really surprised me. What else? Is there anything that kind of bothers me? No. What is great, and I didn't mention it, is the price. It's a very reasonably priced shoe. I think if you don't want to invest into the much pricier Asics Solution Speed FF3s, just go for these. These are literally a little bit lower performance oriented Asics Solution Speed. That's why it is called Asics Solution Swift. So once again, super fast, lightweight, very responsive and very feel-oriented shoe. I would recommend it for intermediate, or let's say for beginners, lower intermediate players, and also for some advanced players. I don't think it is really suitable for higher level, advanced and higher tournament-oriented players, because there are just better shoes from Asics on the market. So this can be a good option for someone who is kind of transitioning from you know, lower intermediate to the advanced level. Also for some juniors, an excellent shoe for a very good price. And I like the design. That's also something that I need to mention. So guys, not a bad shoe. It's actually very good. You really feel that you get for the money. You get a very good tennis shoe. It's on a good price, good budget. But compared to my favorite shoe right now, it is not that comfortable, it's not that stable, it's not that grippy. So I like my Rush Pro 4.0 shoes. I have already also purchased another 2 pairs, so you can get these for a really good price, because there is already the 4.5 version, which I don't like as much, although it is very similar, but I like the original Rush Pro 4.0 a lot, and I will keep playing in them. So guys, there you have a review for these shoes. Once again, just go for them if you want to have something that is slightly better than the Gel Game 9 or the Gel Dedicate shoe. This is on a more advanced and, let's say, better level, but it's not on the level of Solution Speed FF shoes. So guys, that's all for now. I hope you learned something new, and as always, if you want to support my channel, subscribe. You can become my member on a monthly basis. Just $1 a month, or let's say 99 cents a month, will gain you access to my ultimate big reviews 1 week prior to the public release, and you will support my channel. And then there is the super thanks button, buy me a coffee platform, PayPal, Stripe. All the links are in the description below this video. And for now, that's all. I thank you so much for watching, and as always, enjoy tennis, watch tennis, play tennis every time, every day, and don't forget to enjoy the manooovrlbity. Bye guys.
You can't be serious, man. You cannot be serious! That ball was on the line!